Welcome all YouTubers, Facebookers, social media across the nation. Uneducated Sports Talk. It is it right here, presented by Uneducated Network. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. Before we get into it, please like and subscribe to Uneducated Sports Talk and Uneducated Network, both on YouTube, to check out the latest sports talk and much more. That being said, we don't talk hockey pretty much at all, to be honest, and that's some of my fault. But at the end of the day, it's just not as popular as basketball, baseball, football, those sports in general. But what we do talk about is greatness. And I'm going to break that down to one guy, Alex Ovechkin. It's something about the journey. I love the journey of getting a championship or being recognized as the best while getting a championship. But the journey it takes to get there. And we're talking 14 years from 2004 2018. Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals are your NHL Stanley Cup Finals champions. They had the Lower Stanley Cup for the first time in their history in NHL as they beat the Golden Knights by 4-3 in Game 5 and win the series 4-1 over the Golden Knights. Now, the Golden Knights are a whole totally separate story. That was a great run. It's the first time, a first-year team has come out and gone to the Stanley Cup. So we understand what that meant for Las Vegas. Now you have a great fan base from the jump, and that is great for the NHL. That's what the NHL wanted. But they wanted their expansion team to have, to be good, to get that crowd in the frenzy. But this is all about Alex Ovechkin. The guy is 32 years old, has 121 playoff games, um, you know, and he finally, I mean, over 1,000 games played, and he's finally gotten that Stanley Cup, and it's much, much, much deserved. Because you already know in NBA, we talk about Charles Barkley and Karl Malone and those guys not having championships, but they're still great players. But the one knock that we always say is, but they didn't win a championship. Guys like Patrick Ewing, that kind of stuff. And even in the NFL, we have guys like that all over the board who haven't won championships at all, but are great players. So you hate for that to be their mark or their stain when they're done. And Alex Ovechkin was one of those guys I rooted for to get a championship. Although he's in the same conference as my favorite player, Sidney Crosby. That's the one thing that was holding him back because Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin came in at the same time. 2004, both rookies, and Alex actually winning Rookie of the Year, so his promise was much more higher. But over the course of the years now, Sidney Crosby has three Stanley Cup trophies, four Stanley Cup appearances. So he's been there plenty of times while knocking Alex Ovechkin out of the playoffs plenty of times. But this was the year. This was the year. Once they beat the Penguins in the Eastern Conference semifinals, I said he's gonna win it. He's gotta win it. This has gotta be his year. He hurdled the demon, and I like stories like that. No one talks about hockey enough, but what I do talk about is great stories and great players, and that is Alex Ovechkin. He deserved every bit of his playoff MVP. He was phenomenal this entire playoffs. After being down to Tampa Bay 3 games to 2, I thought they were done with. To be honest with you, Tampa Bay had won two in a row. We were looking pretty good. They win two in a row to go to win that series 4-3 and then go to the Stanley Cup Finals. And after losing game one, and after we seen the Las Vegas team that was hot the whole entire playoffs, you had a question. Well, this will be probably the biggest stain on Alex Ovechkin's career if he cannot win the Stanley Cup. They want to win in four straight in dominating fashion. They're just bigger, stronger, and it's about time that he got what he deserved in a good way. 14-year career, one of the greatest players we'll ever see. Right now, he is 19th on the all-time scoring list, and he's only going to go up higher. And you know he wants to go back-to-back like his counterpart in Sidney Crosby, who has done that the last 2 years prior to this year. So I'm just happy for Alex Ovechkin, and I look for really, really great hockey. I'm a hockey guy. I love watching hockey. Live. It's fast, and there's a lot of hits, and it's great to watch. So never decline hockey. For those who don't like hockey, you just haven't watched it before. Once I started watching it, I fell in love with it. So I'm very happy for Alex Ovechkin, and like, hey, best of luck to you next year to defend that cup because you deserved every bit of that. All the tears he went through, all the frustration he went through. I like the journey to go there. So that is my thing. And, hockey is great and I love it and I love watching it. And, So congratulations to Alex Ovechkin and the whole entire Washington Capitals franchise. I know Washington is going crazy out there. If only the Nationals can win something now in baseball. But this is Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Carlos Clayton. As always, sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.